All right. Well, now that we got that out of the way, now that I know you're healthy, I can actually put you to work, because in the beginning of the show, you promised that we were gonna kind of, share some secrets on what the local service business owners can kind of do to, try to get more leads, grow their business, right? So I'm kind of thinking in my head, like, okay, like obviously website is important. Being able to advertise in the biggest platform, which in my opinion is Google, right? Google ads are important. I'm also kind of thinking like SEO is important. Like, what can you tell us a little bit about like each of those in terms of like what should the small business owners be looking for? Like, what have you seen, based on your clients? Because not only just your clients, you probably did a lot of like consultations, right? Even though they don't end up being your clients. So what do you see as like the do's and the don'ts, and kind of like beware of this? Like, just let's rip it. Let's just like, there is no gatekeeping here. Like, just let's let it out.
Awesome. Yeah, let's do it. So when I like I said, in our story, I was dumping my whole heart and soul into my first boss, and we got to find something that works, right? Because he can't be stagnant with his business anymore. And so we jumped into the world of SEO, Google ads, Facebook ads, website, all that good stuff. And I quickly found that I wasn't doing anything that no one's ever not heard of before, right? Like, we've all heard of Google ads, we've all heard of Facebook ads. Like I said before, there's a right way and a wrong way to do it. To give you kind of like a perspective of that, back in like 2005, if you wanted good SEO, all you had to do is at the bottom of your website, in a big white space at the bottom of your website, just put the word lawn care 50,000 times in white font on a white background. And Google's like, hey, this website has the word lawn care the most, so therefore SEO, right? That was 2005, right? SEO is not like that anymore. And Google has gotten a lot smarter. And so these techniques of SEO that were great 10 years ago are no longer working today, right? So it was all about, like I said, I wasn't inventing anything new. I was just making sure I was doing the things that we all know, but in the correct way, right? So starting with websites, everybody back in the day, if you just had a website, it was awesome, right? It was somewhere on the internet. But nowadays, you need a dialed-in website, right? You need a website that not only gets visitors, but can convert the visitors into leads, because leads is what gets you clients, right? So, for example, for everyone listening, the step one is make sure your website's even working. You'd be surprised how many people, I jump on a consultation with them. I say, okay, let's open up your website. We open it up. There's a huge percent of people, their website doesn't even, like, their domain expired like 7 months ago.
404 error.
Yeah, 404 error. They didn't even know it was down. Or like you click on a button and it doesn't even do anything. Or like they have like their free quote form and you fill it out, you push submit, it does nothing. Right? So, with WordPress plugins and this and that, things like to break. So step one, just make sure your website's working. Then, once all that is working, you want to make sure your website's very call to action centered, meaning, okay, I need to know without scrolling, right? I should be able to land on your website, know exactly who you are, what you do, where you service, and how to get a hold of you. Those 4 things, if I don't know those things without scrolling, that's a big improvement to your website. And so yeah, as far as secret sauce number 1 with the website, make sure it's working and call to action centered, right?
I mean, making sure it works. It sounds like such a captain obvious thing, but like you said, like you come across a lot of businesses that like doesn't work. Like, should this be something that is like a regular maintenance, like checklist kind of thing? Like, once a month, once a quarter, just kind of, go into your website and click around and make sure, everything still works and things like that?
Oh, well, I mean, with my clients, we're in there minimum like, once a month, right? We're always optimizing things in the background, but like just a, quick scan, quick look at the website at minimum should be once a month, right? we get to do it automatically just because we're tinkering around. But yeah, if you're not looking at your website at least once a month, then you don't know how many leads you just lost out the window. Assuming you're getting traffic, because just because you have a website doesn't necessarily mean it's doing anything for you, because if no one knows your website exists, if Google doesn't know your website exists, there's not really a point of having a website.
Right. So is it fair to say that website is probably kind of like that top of the list, like have it first, make sure it works, and then you try to get traffic to your website, and that kind of leads us into running ads?
Yeah, absolutely. We actually, for onboarding with my company, the websites that we create for our clients are worth about $6,000, but we give all of our clients this $6,000 website for free, because I don't want to spend a single penny of their Google ads or Facebook ads budgets sending people to a website that I'm not confident in. Yeah. So absolutely. If, before you ever think about SEO, Facebook ads, Google, just make sure your website's dialed in first. That needs to be thing number one, because everything else doesn't matter if it goes to a clunky website.
Right. It's like your those sign flippers on the streets, right? They're like, hey, come get your car wash, and then you pull up to a car wash and car wash doesn't work.
Exactly.
Okay.